Good morning, everybody. This is Chelsea Dad. I'm Kel, and today is transfer deadline day. The excitement, I can't wait. Can you? There's plenty of sort of rumours and news going round, but it's all, as far as I'm concerned, much ado about nothing. 2nd of Feb now. We've had the whole of Jan. Nothing's happened. Was anything going to happen? Lots of rumours. Lots of whispers going round and nothing. But before we start with some of the news today, give us a like, give us a subscribe, help the channel out. Got just over 50 subscribers now, so I'm getting somewhere. It's a little bit slow, but we all need as much help as we can get in life, can't we? I need the same sort of help with this channel, so that'd be much appreciated. Press the like button, subscribe, add any comments. Your comments are important. It's nice to have a bit of a chinwag, hear other people's opinions. So fire away, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. So where do we start? Well, the big news last night, Jeremy Jacket Potato is now being signed up by the Bin Dippers. He's off to Liverpool, around about £60 million fee. Doesn't surprise me. Why would he want to come to Chelsea anyway with this process that we've got? But yeah, Liverpool snatched him up. Going to be on loan back to Rennes or Rons, whatever you want to call them, for the rest of the season. And then as from the summer, he'll be a fully fledged Liverpool player. But have we dodged a bullet there? Have we missed out on something special? What's your opinions? But around about 60 million for this 20-year-old kid who's, got a handful of games. He's not got a great deal of experience. To me, I wasn't really sure. He's one of those unknowns. You never know what you're going to get. Is it a gamble? Would he be something we've missed out on if we didn't get him? Well, as far as I'm concerned, we've got Josh. And now we're bringing back Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg, who apparently has been brilliant at Strasbourg. And he was pretty damn good for Senegal at AFCON. AFCON champions. So it all looks good about Sarr. So if we've got already young, possible world-class potential in our hands already, why go out and waste £60 million that we haven't really got at the minute? Where maybe we could spend something like that on players we actually need in the summer. So, me, I'm not too fussed about the Jeremy Jacket Potato. But, yeah, we've got Josh, we've got Mamadou Sarr, so what's the point? We've got Ansel Mino as well. I mean, some reports about him have been good when he was at Dortmund. I know he had a few injury issues. But apparently the games he did play in, they were really impressed with. There were whispers that they were trying to persuade him to come to the club fully. Now, if that's true, then why would they do that? Because they rate him, because there's obviously something to rate. But now he's been dragged back from Dortmund to us to go and replace Mamadou Sarr at Strasbourg. I feel sorry for the fella. It's just a typical Blueco clown lake behaviour in regards to the players. Treat them like crap, the way they did treat Disassi and Ben Chilwell, and like even, you know what I mean, people like David Datro Fofana didn't even get a chance, just got shunted here, there and everywhere to suit them. There's been other instances as well where they've treated players appallingly. Total dehumanisation within the club by the owners. These players aren't players. They don't look at these players as players. They don't look at them as humans. They're just assets. It's just money, cash, profit. That's all it is. And the way they treat them, like the players at the club, is absolutely appalling. It's disgusting. And it's just another example by Blueco and Clown Lake. They just don't care. It's all about the cash. All about the Reddies. Look at my Wonga. Ooh. Anyone remembers Harry Enfield and loads of money back in the day? Look at my Wonga, look at my cash. They're all Harry Enfields, aren't they? Loads of money. So there's that. So no jacket potato. We got Josh, and I think Josh has got the qualities to be proper class. What is he, 19, 20, and he's built and he's fit like a 25-year-old already. And from what I've seen of him, I like it. I would rather him and now Mamadou Sarr play for the remainder of the season, or behind Trev and Wes Fofana. Give them some minutes. Mamadou Sarr and Josh. They should be our backup to our main two. I don't want to see Tosin play anymore. I don't want to see Badiashile play anymore. As far as I'm concerned, Josh and Mamadou, they're both better players than Tosin and Badiashile. You just know Badiashile's going to get more games. So he'll probably go in the summer, so he will get games because they want to keep his market price up. And the same with Tosin, even though it's going to be 100% profit with Tosin anyway because he was a freebie. When they're fit and Tosin comes back, he'll be playing just to raise his market price. Same with Badiashile, but it should be Josh and Mamadou Sarr as backup to Trev and Wes Fofana. But who am I to say, eh? So that's all that business. Did you believe anything about the jacket potato move? If you did, are you disappointed we didn't get him? To me, it's just all more smoke screens. It's all more bullshit. It's just more PR nonsense by the club. But we'll come back round to that again in a bit. Next thing, Tyreek George to Everton on loan for the remainder of the season. I think it's good for him. It's probably good for Everton. Grealish looks like he's going to be out for a while, so young Tyreek George should be able to get some playtime there. Probably stifled a little bit at Chelsea, treated a bit unfairly. Is he? I mean, I don't particularly rate him too much. He's okay. He's not. I don't think he's ever going to be Chelsea level, and I don't think he's the level of many teams in the Premier League. But yeah, he's going with an option to buy, so not going to be obliged. I'm not sure if Everton will take that up. Depends on how he performs. You know, I think he could be floating elsewhere in the summer. But is he any worse than Garnacho and Gittins? I mean, I don't really rate any of them. I don't rate Gittins. I don't rate Garnacho. I think Garnacho especially has proved too many times this season with starts that he's had that he ain't that good at all. Certainly weren't worth the money we paid for him. And the same as Gittins. But is Tyreek George any worse? We know why. Because you know why they're ahead of Tyreek George, because they spent out about a combined 100 million on the two. And Tyreek George will eventually be 100% profit. So Tyreek George is always going to lose out, isn't he? Because money again. Not about humans, not about people at all. It's just about the money. So that's that. Tyreek George going to Everton on loan. Good luck to you, mate. Get some games, play well, prove me wrong. Show me what a star you can be then, yeah? But as I say, I never really rated you. I had hope for you, but I just never saw enough. So that's that. Next thing. What we got? David Datro Fofana. Do you remember that guy? Came in. I remember when he came on as a sub, as a debut, and I think he was on for about 20 minutes or something. And he looked really good. And I thought, hello, we got something here. And then just disappeared. They started, he got dropped into a bucket of nothingness. He just disappeared, shot out into space, into the galaxy somewhere. And it's like, where's David Datro Fofana? And then suddenly he pops up again and they start doing the usual thing, shipping him around from this place to that place. I think he went to Turkey or something. He was at Burnley, where he didn't do too bad. But again, another player is shunting around like he's not a human being. Reports, Strasbourg might be interested. Now, is that convenient? Ears pricked up and you're like, hello. It is a bit of a convenience, isn't it? It's to Strasbourg, our sister club. So he could be going there. Good luck to you, mate. I hope you finally make it. You've had a few years wasted with us, like many players, wasting their time at us with this process and project. But off you pop, mate. Off you pop. Next thing, Axel Disasi. Axel Disaster Disasi. AC Milan have stated not interested. It's not happening, the deal there. Now, if he'd have gone there, I'd think he would have been very lucky to have got a club like AC Milan. They're not the AC Milan of old, but he's still not good enough to go there. I didn't believe it anyway. What other clubs apparently have been interested in him? West Ham, Fulham. I think you also had Atalanta and Napoli in Serie A as well. Were any of those really true? Does anybody actually want him? I mean, he's an owner or a director of a football club. I'd never want to go anywhere near Disasi, but I'm sure there's some desperate clubs out there. But truth or lies again. You could make up their own game at Chelsea, couldn't they? Called Truth or Lies. You got Truth or Dare, but Truth or Lies. Yeah. Axel Disasi not going anywhere by the looks. Are we stuck with him? Will we be able to get rid of him in the summer? Who's more likely to get him? I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? So Axel Disasi's sort of not going anywhere. He's going to be sitting in not the bomb squad anymore, but just training, and that's going to be it. Unless something magical happens in the next few hours of today's transfer deadline, I can't see him going anywhere at all. There might be one of those last-minute loan deals somewhere, but no one's actually going to buy him, so there's going to be no money coming for him today. So that's that. We can't get rid of the geezer. He's stuck with us. It's just like a bad stain you can't get out your carpet, isn't it? So, another thing. Nantes in France. The latest rubbish. Defender Thilo Tatti. Apparently Chelsea have been putting in like a €30 million bid for Thilo Tatti. Anybody ever heard of him? But then again, how many people had heard of Jeremy Jacket Potato? Thilo Tatti, €30 million offer to Nantes, and apparently they've refused the first approach. This is more brown envelope media bullshit. Smells a bit like it, doesn't it? It smells like you sat down at the dining room table waiting for your dinner. I don't know, and like The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or Triple H, or Stone Cold Steve Austin has walked in the building, pulled their trousers down and pinched the loaf right on your plate. That steaming turd that's come out of that bum, the stench. That's what all these lies stink of, isn't it? A big stinking pinched loaf turd on your plate. That's what we're getting for dinner. This is what we're getting fed. Steaming turds. Shit. Bullshit. It reeks. So, thank you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Triple H, and Stone Cold Steve Austin for delivering your shit on our plate. We're not hungry for these lies anymore. We don't want it. So, I think it's all crap. Thilo Tatti. Don't think so. Rubbish. And why would we anyway? Again, we've got Josh. We've got Mamadou Sarr. You've got Anselmino eventually. Why go wasting more money on his players? Because even if it is true, the only reason they're doing this is for profit down the line. If it was for football reasons and they want young potential at the club, just football reasons, they'd be happy with Anselmino, Mamadou Sarr and Josh Achimpong. So I think this one's bullshit anyway. So don't believe the hype. So what's next? This is, some people might get a bit upset with this, but this is the last day of the transfer window, deadline day. We ain't getting nobody. Absolutely nobody. So your dopamine hits, you ain't taking them. You're not getting your shots of dopamine. I'm tipping it down the sink. All right. Stop dreaming. Stop believing. The whole month of January was just lies, lies, lies. When are some of you going to learn? All you toxic positives that believe in this process, that believe these owners, believe all the media reports and what all the brown envelopes are dishing out, all the flip-flops. Just join a world of reality. Wake up, smell that coffee. it's just been a whole month of lies. But the truth is, we've sold nobody. Now, we've got these sanctions, whatever you want to call them, by UEFA. We can't just go out splashing willy-nilly. We can't do what Manchester City and Arsenal are doing now. All right, we shot ourselves in the foot by spunking up so much money in a short spell of time. Most of it wasted. 1.2 billion in loans plus heavy interest. We spent that and more on top of it. So we shot ourselves in the foot. So we can't go out and buy until we sell. We've sold nobody. So that's just another reason to not believe any of the shit. Until we sell, we can't buy. All right. So we're buying nobody. And we've got a few hours left. It's just gone noon. It's coming up 1 o'clock UK time in the afternoon. I will be extremely surprised and extremely shocked if we buy anyone. I'm talking about loans like your Buonanottes and nonsense like that, which was an absolute waste of time. Ours as supporters and Buonanotte as well. Poor fella. Another one messed about. Brought in with promises probably and then just sort of left to rot. So your dopamine hits, they've been poured down the sink, down the toilet. You're not getting them. We're getting nobody. It's all been lies. So again, wake up. So no buys, nobody. Mamadou Sarr, our own player, coming back from Strasbourg. That is going to be it. Like last January, we did nothing. Nothing. What did we get last January? Rumours, whispers, this, that and the other. All lies, all fabrications. So PR bullshit and smoke screens. When are you... I call you the woke supporters, the lefties, the idiots. I mean, us genuine fans, we're fine. We don't believe none of this. But those ones still believing in it all, you haven't got a place in the club. When are you going to realise it's nonsense? Absolute nonsense. It ain't happening. So, next thing. Kante. Remember those little rumours that came out with Douglas Luiz? More rubbish. I mean, that was one of the worst ones, I think. But, I mean, it got people dreaming. I mean, I never believed it, but I always thought it would be nice, but it ain't happening. Apparently, he's going to be off to Fenerbahce. I'm surprised by that, with the money he's earning out in Saudi. But I don't know if that's just going to be a loan or whatever, but apparently he's going there. So, yeah, it was never happening anyway with us and Kante. Just bullshit. I mean, that's more turds on your plate. More wrestlers, big heavy wrestlers coming in, pinching loaves, stinking and steaming. The bullshit, the aroma. Oh, smelling the lies. Yeah, more crap. So that's that. I think that's about it really with the news. So there's no jacket potato. We've got Mamadou Sarr back from Strasbourg. I think that will have to do now in regards as defenders. Use Josh Moore. Use Mamadou Sarr. Don't use Tosin. Don't use Badiashile. I mean, Badiashile has just been dreadful. We know he's not very good anyway. He's one of the Monaco twins, him and Disassi. So that's that. So no jacket potato. Mamadou Sarr back from Strasbourg. And Salmino coming back and then going to cover Mamadou Sarr at Strasbourg now. Looks like we're stuck with Disassi. Again, unless someone comes in with a last minute bid for a loan. We ain't actually going to sell him fully. David Datro Fofana possibly to Strasbourg. The convenience again. No Kante. The Nantes defender, Thilo Tati. That famous guy. Lies. My book, lies. Could be wrong, but lies. Tyreek George to Everton for the remainder of the season. No obligation. So who knows what's going to happen in the summer with Tyreek. That's sort of it, pretty much in a nutshell. Yeah, again, no dopamine hits, guys. So anyone that wanted it, Go and sort your heads out. Right? There's not going to be any dopamine hits. So, yeah, all the hopefuls, dreamers, and all the delusionals, get with it. All right? Don't believe the hype. This is just the usual behaviour, all of this, from the owners, criminals. Do we expect anything else? We don't expect anything else, do we? Us normal people, you know, us realistic supporters, us true supporters, we're used to the lies now. We still hate them, but we certainly don't believe them. Yeah, I mean, all those that have believed and still believe, you've been fooled again for the whole month of January. So more fool you. You want to keep being fooled and looking like knobheads and carry on. But us true fans, we don't believe none of it. Never believe the hype until someone has actually signed on the dotted line or is holding up the shirt. That's what I've always said. Don't believe anything. I mean, they've been doing it from the start and they've continued ever since, and they won't stop. It's just lies, PR, fabrications, fugazes, just bullshit. Get with it. It's as simple as that. I don't believe a word that comes out of their mouths. I haven't done since day one. I haven't trusted them since they walked in the door. Everything I believed about them has been right. Yeah, Johnny Minerals. That guy has been slated massively. He's been, you know, he's been sort of blacklisted by people. He's even YouTube has been sort of messing him about. The demons in the Matrix have been trying to screw him over and stuff. But the guy has been honest and truthful and absolutely right with everything he has said about Blueco and Clown Lake and their running of our club. And yet there's people still out there that bring his name down and put it in the mud. Well, shame on you. Okay? Everything he has said has come true, and it is still happening. Stop being delusional and join the real side of the fight, yeah? The true side of the fight. Yeah. It's win, lose or draw. Blueco, Clown Lake out. They're good for nothing. They're a cancer. They're liars, cheats and thieves. If you want that at your club, go and support another club, because you're not going to be welcome at Chelsea. I might do an update later if anything happens. Personally, I think that's extremely unlikely. So, I mean, you can sit there and hope and wish for something to happen, but just go and do something else with your day. Don't waste time thinking about it, because it's very unlikely to happen. All right. I will at some stage do a preview about the Gooner game tomorrow, the second leg. We're 3-2 down from the home leg. Can we do it? Will we do it? Can we do it? Possibly. Will we do it? Possibly. We're sort of an unknown quantity at the moment. We don't know what we're doing from one day to the next. We don't know what's going to happen. Good, bad. You know, we're bad when we expect them to be good, and they're good when we expect them to be bad. And anything's possible at Chelsea. Nothing's set in stone, is it? It's just bang, what happens there and then. But yeah, everything's a possibility. So there'll be a preview at some stage about the Gooner game. Until then, guys, don't believe any of the bullshit. I'm sure there'll be one or two more silly stories coming out between now and 7, 8 o'clock tonight. But again, don't believe a word that comes out with the media, the brown envelopes, the flip-flops, all the toxic positives. And the club, the owners, the directors. Don't believe anything until someone signs, lifts the shirt. Until then, nothing's happening. All right? So, have a good day. Have a good evening. I'll be back soon with the Gooner predictions and preview. Look after yourselves. Be safe. be happy. All right. Up the Chelsea. Keep the blue flag flying high. Blueco, Clown Lake, stroke Clear Lake, out. And peace, my guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe. All right. See you later.